Hi, welcome to steps 3 and 4 of creating an effective workforce plan. So 3 and 4 are where we start to populate the workforce model based on the work we did in steps 1 and 2 on building the organisational charts for your business. So just to recap on what the plans are, or what the steps are, we mapped the current org chart, we mapped the future org chart. You should already have done that. We're now going to list the positions in your current and future org chart in the planning model. And we're going to add names against key positions where possible for the now and the where. We will then go on later and insert some succession options. That's the next step, and then highlight emergency cover options, and then our workforce sort of model's complete. So, first step is take our simple model. So you can either use the PowerPoint template that we've given you, or there's a spreadsheet template. You can do this in Excel. I don't mind where you do it. But what I'd encourage you to do is to take the positions. Really, what you want to do for the positions column is combine the elements of the now organizational structure. So take all the positions off the now structure and put them in place, and then add in any additional positions that you'd create in the second workforce structure. But if you delete any positions, just leave them there, because we want to get a now picture and then a where picture, and you can just leave those blank. So once you build those in there, once you get all the positions in place, then you just simply go down and fill out the current or the incumbent employees in those spaces. And if they're new positions you're going to create in the future, then they'll be blank. Okay, so once you've done that, it's fairly easy. Step 4 is then you start to say, okay, based on our future and also based on our current perception of our employees, who is going to be there in the future? Who is going to be there in 3 to 5 years' time, and where might they be? So you might look down and say, okay, so in this case, we've looked down and said, young James, the receptionist, has got a bit of go about him. He's actually expressed a desire to step up from that receptionist role into a logistics clerk role. We think that as the business grows, we're going to need a logistics clerk, so we're going to train James up in that space and move him down there. That means we will have to recruit for another receptionist, as there's nobody in the position in the business that would want to step up into that role. Likewise, we've said we currently don't have an operations manager position, but we think that Bob, one of our supervisors, will be pretty good at that space. So we're hoping that Bob will promote up into that position, and so we've put him up there. It means we'll have to recruit for another supervisor. Julie, our logistics officer, is going to be reaching retirement age. Remember, we asked you to check that in step 2. So Julie's going to be reaching retirement age by the time we get here. So it's very likely we will have to recruit for a new logistics officer. So once we've done that, we've sort of mapped the current and the future. Then we can go on and start to add in succession, and we'll do that in the next video. A couple of things just to be aware of, that it's quite possible that you'll have some people in your current chart that you don't think will either be able to grow into senior positions as you move forward, or the business might outgrow them, or they're just not the right material for your business moving forward, and you don't think they will be with you long term. So you may actually be effectively culling employees along the way that you don't think are going to be part of the process going forward. Okay, so the next step in the process is to start looking at what are our succession options, and we'll cover that in the next video. Thanks.